Yeah, I'm upset. 50,000 on my head is disrespect. So offended that I had to double check. I'ma always take the money over sex. That's why they need me out the way, what you expect. Got a lot of blood and it's cold. They keep trying to get me for my soul. Thankful for those women that I know. Can't go 50-50 with no hope. Every month, I'm supposed to pay her bills and get her what she want. I still got like 7 years of doing what I want. My dad still got child support from 1991. Out of town, people love to pop a lot of shit and come around. Word to Flacco Jody, he done seen us put it down. Niggas asking if I'm cool, I'm upset. 100,000 on my head is disrespect. So offended that I had to double check. You tryna check? This is real life, niggas think we playing chess. So what's next? Jump up out the bed like I'm possessed.
But yeah, let me go ahead and get into our topics of the day here. The podcast, what we're doing on the podcast today. Oh wow, 17 minutes in and I'm just now getting into what we're doing on the podcast today. Oh geez. You guys must really love me to get in this information. I haven't talked about it at all. The title probably makes no sense. It's fine. It's fine. What we're getting into today is a bit of sadness, a bit of detachment. We are going over just different methods of getting over loss, a breakup, a relationship ending, a nuclear explosion in your relationship status just happened. What do you do? We're going over a list of options that people go through pertaining to how to fix their broken lives, their broken relationships, their broken morals, all that shit. What do people do? You know, what do people do? I will admit to you, it's been a minute since this has happened to me. I think my last breakup was 2020. 2020. Wow. Right before COVID. How beautiful. That is actually pretty funny. I didn't think about that, but that actually did happen right before COVID. I think it was January. It's my last breakup. And I did one of these. I'll go over which one I did when we get to it. But what you got to do is just follow your heart, whichever way it's pulling you, and take whichever route is not which is most easy to you, right? I would actually sometimes, and I'm not saying this happens 100% of the time, but sometimes I would actually take the hardest route possible for you. You know, if you're thinking about this and you're reading off my list and you're like, actually, I think this one would be hardest for me. I'd say first unpack that. You know, think, why is this hard for me? Why is this too difficult for me? And once you find your reason, either go in on improving that reason, or just going on that method. You know, just do it. Just do it. Try it. Especially if it scares you. Because behind our fears are what we truly desire. So let's go ahead and get started here. The first thing we want to talk about is letting go. When someone leaves you, when someone jumps out of your life, or when you leave them, one of the methods you can do to become a detached king is to let go. You can always let go. It is always an option, no matter how deeply you've held on. You know, no matter how cold and crusted over your fingers are attached to this person, you know, clawed in, you can always release the grip. Always. Always. So, don't deny yourself this simple pleasure of not texting them, you know, not seeing them. If this is a relationship you're still in, what you can do is just do a wellness check too. And when you do a wellness check, you have to remember you really have to detach. It's a wellness check. Send one message, maybe two, if there's a question afterwards or if there's logistics that need to be solved. But if it's a wellness check, send one message, maybe like every couple days, week, and really let go. Really let them know. But it's more than just letting them know. It's letting yourself know that you don't need to have yourself attached to this certain person. You know, it's letting your ego know that you're on to better things. You know, you're on to wiser circumstances. And it's always an option. It's always an option. So like I was saying before with these methods, if letting go scares you, you really have to unpack that. Like see why letting go scares you. Is it because you're afraid to be alone? Is it because you've lived with them for so long that you're just afraid of what the unfamiliarity would be without them? Is it something they're doing for you? Like maybe they're cooking for you and you don't know how to cook for yourself and you're like, how am I going to eat out every day? You have to really unpack that, and then once you have your reason of why you're so afraid to let go or do whatever one of these reasons are, just, you know, either go in, jump in the pool, or try to solve some of these fears that you have. Like, you know, if it's the cooking thing, you know, try cooking for yourself a couple times, or you know, look up the sponsor of this video, Factor. No, I'm kidding. I'm not sponsored by Factor. I tried Factor before though. It's okay. It's definitely not revolutionary, and it kind of sucks because if you get a meal that you don't like, then it just kind of sits in your fridge. I notice with Factor a lot of the times the unpopular meals that are just kind of ass, because they do have some good meals, right? But they have a lot of options, and the meal roulette fluctuates, right? So a lot of their meals that are just like straight up ass, like steak and potatoes and gravy or whatever the fuck, you know? They default you to it every time you reorder. So they'll default you, and these motherfuckers will give you like 2 or 3 of them. I'm not even joking. They'll give you 2 or 3 of the worst shits, and then they'll give you like 1 of a good one, and then 1 of another good one, and then and then like fucking 3 mid ones, and then it's like, what the hell is this week? I don't want to eat these other shits. I ate it once, it was ass, and now there are 2 more in the fridge. So, but that's also on me. I just think, you know, when you say put dinner on easy, I don't have to like physically select that I don't want to eat ass. Like, I feel like that should be obvious. I don't want to eat ass. It's terrible. Yeah, Factor's okay. Factor's okay. I didn't mean to put a whole Factor review in the middle of this, but whatever. It is what it is. I like to give my opinions sometimes, but who cares if it has value? Who cares if people are there for it or not? I'm just grinding the yap skill. I'm grinding the yap skill. What can I say? What the fuck can I say, guys? Oh, so another one is to go into the skill of introspection. So after someone leaves you, after you have a bad breakup, after you leave someone, there's always introspection to be had. It's always available, you know? And this can be very good, especially if you had a unique relationship. And who doesn't have one of those? Let me tell you. Yeah. But just taking that skill to inspect yourself internally, to truly see where your morals lie, And it's even better if you took stock of yourself before you met them. Because more likely than not, you have changed. You met someone who altered your soul. And this goes a little bit into my soulmate theory. But my soulmate theory is that anyone who changes your soul is a soulmate. Anyone who comes along and alters your path, alters your trajectory on your way to see the light, I would call that a soulmate, personally. Now, you don't have to think that way. You can be like, I only got one soulmate. It's only my girl. I don't care about any of those exes that did shit to me. Sure, you know, you can totally say that. But I believe, yes, all those dirty exes, even like a random teacher that you had, you know? So that's why I feel like having a soulmate is not inherently like sexual or romantic. Because there are people in my life that I feel like if they weren't there, I would be a completely different person. And I consider those my soulmates. I consider those people that I owe a heavy debt to. Because given all the circumstances I have and all the events that have brought me here, I actually do like myself. I do. You know, it may seem sometimes like I don't and I'm all depressed in bed all day, you know, very self-deprecating humor here and there, yada, yada, yada. But I do like myself. I do like myself. The results of what has come to bring me here, it's pretty cool. It's pretty good, right? So we have to give our flowers to those who helped us along in our journey. This is the mayor's daughter. Mayor had two daughters, and yeah, this is one of them. And then the little goat guy is the demon that was summoned when they got rid of all the adults. So now they're meeting us. Everybody chills in the church here. And we're gonna go talk to her upstairs, complete a couple quests for him, and summon a demon, all that good stuff. But enough with that. Let's go on to the next one, guys. Besides introspection, there's always introspection to do when you break up. Inspect yourself. I would rate this one pretty highly on whether or not you should do it after a breakup, after release. I'm gonna rate it pretty highly. I'd say this is like a top tier one that you kind of want to, you know, combine with some other stuff maybe. But yeah, another one that people sometimes do after breakups is sometimes they wish the other person the best. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. And what does that do, right? Like, how is this in action, huh? Wishing them the best? What the fuck is that gonna do for me? That has nothing to do with my psyche, right? Right? It has everything to do with yourself. See, guys, in life, we are not simply a single being roaming around and doing whatever we want, and going to the grocery store and kicking over cans and shit. We are the sum of all our relationships. So, think about this, right? If we're the sum, if we're addition, we're the math of all our relationships, and then one gets subtracted from us, and we are now less than, but we turn that shit around and wish them the best on their journey. What that does, it fills their energy. Oh yeah, I'm getting deep now. See, when you release them out from your life, but you feel that space that they've left with that good, insightful energy of, man, I hope they're doing well. I hope they're excited. Because like every time you think about them, you are going to wish them the best. You're going to wish them the best. So that literally that is like replacing them in your life with them in the park skipping and walking their dog. I don't know. Imagine them doing something happy. I don't know what it would be. eating some good food, like jumping rope or playing video games with their friends or whatever, going to a theme park. You're just imagining them having a good life. Now, if we flip this the other way and you don't wish them the best and you wish them to have like a horrible time, what you're basically doing is stabbing yourself in the heart. If you wish them a bunch of anguish, a bunch of pain, a bunch more heartbreak, because they're already going through a heartbreak, they lost you. If you just wish them more heartbreak, what you're doing is wishing it on yourself because they were a part of you. They still are a part of you. Like, there's no one in your life that you're just going to be like, well, I'm broken up with you, and the next day you forget everything about them. You get like amnesia, and you have no idea who they are. There's no one in your life that you're going to be able to do that with. And if you can, you're a psychopath. You're psychopath, sociopath, whatever you are. I don't know. You're some kind of unhuman thing, and you need to get yourself checked if you can do that. But wishing them the best. It's a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool. And a lot of people don't realize that no matter who just left your life, they are still in your life. I don't care if they died, dog. I don't care if they are dead and gone. They're still in your life. So if you're wishing them bad shit in the afterlife, you definitely need to flip that around. Certainly. You got to wish them the best. Because people will exist in our minds. I'd say, I don't know if there's a stat on this. I'll have to look it up. But I think people exist in their minds after they leave our physical lives for about 3 or 4 months. 3 or 4 months, they're still going to live in your head rent-free, probably every day, every other day. And then after that, you can compartmentalize them. But they're not going to fully leave, especially if they left a mark on you for like a year, a couple of years. They're not going to fully leave. You're just going to not have this urgency of thought about them and where they are and what they're doing. You're not going to have that anymore. They're still going to be there. They're going to be there. So yeah, wish them the best. Wish them the best. Please wish them the best. And that's one thing we can do after a breakup. Another thing you can do, this kind of goes with wishing her the best, but you can make them regret it. And this is a little bit of a revenge tactic, right? And there are a lot of ways to do this. I'd say the most healthy way to do this is by just upgrading yourself, looks maxing, strength maxing, money maxing, whatever you want to do there. Just upgrading yourself. That's one way to make her regret it, right? Now, the unhealthy way you could go about it is finding someone else and making them regret it that way, making them jealous. But this one's just a generalized sense of, making them regret it, right? Now, I would say it's pretty low tier. And the reason why I wouldn't rate this as highly as something like wishing them the best, it's because it gives them too much power. When you release someone from your life, when someone gets rid of, when someone leaves your life, that leaves more room for control from you. And control is power. And then what you're doing when you decide to make them regret it is you are then giving all your power and energy back to them when they're not even in your life. Like, it doesn't make sense. That's like say I got fired from my job, and then to make them regret firing me, I went there every day to order like 5 sandwiches at once. I'm wasting so much time going there and ordering these 5 sandwiches. I'm wasting so much money. I have to go and talk with these people again. I have to go deal with them. I have to go be an angry customer or whatever. Like there's so many things. There's so much power that I'm giving up with my free time because I've gotten fired from this job. Like, I have so much free time now. And then I'm going back into the job to, see, that's what I'm saying, guys. Don't put all this stake into making them regret it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now, if you're doing it the healthy way and you're like actually upgrading yourself, then, you know, it's good, but you still shouldn't be doing it with the goal to make them regret it. You should be doing it with the goal to level yourself up, you know, like with the end all be all, you know, the means should be the end, but instead you're using the means for some stupid end. But yeah, I don't get behind this choice. Revenge is nice, and it's a dish best served cold. So I'd say if you want to do this one, if you want to do the whole make her regret it or whatever, wait 6 months minimum. And then, if you still have this vindictive, ugly nature about you and you still want your revenge, go for it. Do it. Do it. And funnily enough, guys, this is hilarious. Funnily enough, I do the same method with masturbation and corn. All I do is wait. All I do is wait. Because a lot of the times when you're in that mood, when you're in that rabid animal instinct, animal, you know, like Maroon 5, all I gotta do is wait. So I just meditate. I just literally meditate. You know, I'm in the mode. I'm looking up those fucking videos. I'm scrolling. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to turn over, do my thing. I'm like, nope. Meditate. First we meditate. And then when I'm done meditating, I don't even like feel like, I guess I could. But at the end of the meditation, when I do like some focusing exercises, I actually feel like working on more of my purpose, playing video games. I got some music ideas in my head, you know, other things pop up. And then, you know, when the other things don't pop up, you know, I pop up. So, but it just reduces it. It just reduces the need a lot when you wait. When you wait, it reduces that anxiety to act or to make something happen. So that's my advice for wanting to make them regret it, wanting to make her, you're gonna regret this. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Who cares if they regret it or not? Their life is now their own. And you have to focus on creating your own paradise. And we all have some idea of paradise. We all have some idea of what the source wants for us, what God wants for us. We just have to figure out what steps to take to get there. And when you put these steps in your way, before I get to my success, I gotta make her pay. I gotta slash her tires. No, bro. Nobody cares. I know for damn sure she don't care. Now, if you're with a guy and you want to make him pay, he probably really doesn't care. He might care a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He might. Guys are the romantics, so he might be a little heartbroken, especially if you left him. But for the most part, you would be so surprised if you knew how little people cared about you. You would be so surprised. Because I know in our own heads, we have this main character syndrome a lot in the States and whatnot. But if you really sat down with everyone in your life and you asked them, how often do you think about me a day? And everyone had, you know, a little sticky note in their pocket, and then, you know, they put a little tally mark every time they had a thought about you. Motherfuckers would be pulling out their sticky notes with like 1 tally mark on it, 0 tally marks on it. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 line. I'm not even joking with you guys. It's not fucking funny games, dog. You are so unimportant in the grand scheme of everyone's life. And that's a good thing. Don't be sad about that, you little bitch. That's a good thing. Everybody needs to treasure their alone time and their thoughts to themselves and put their energy where they feel like their purpose is most satisfied. And I've gone into how to find your purpose a little bit. I'll do it a little bit later, maybe in the Owl Gratio episode. But I feel like you really need one of those to prosper in this day and age. Because we can't really be easily sociable. So find a third space, find a purpose, and work on that and stop trying to make them regret leaving you or make them regret, you know, put stake in other people's thoughts, you know? Who cares about anybody's thoughts but your own? I know I don't. I got way too many thoughts up here to care about other people's thoughts, man. Way too many of my own. Way too many of my own.